see the grapes are producing quite a bit, and so far doing well. We haven't had that much rain, and I've kept irrigating. So they've had some water and they've had dry conditions, which means less disease, which is pretty ideal conditions for grapes growing. These ones are a Concord type. I think these are called Steuben. And this variety here is called Price. And this one, it produces a lot and it does really well in our soil, clay soil. The problem is it's really susceptible to disease. And even in a super dry year like this, I expect to start to see black rot on a lot of these clusters. And like last year, it was a fairly dry season, and still most of the clusters got black rot and fell off. So it's just kind of pointless to grow varieties like this. I've only kept this small planting because I just figure they do well in our soil, and I might get some in an off year, the rare year. And they're a white grape, so I don't have a whole lot of white grape varieties. This is another one called Prairie Star, and that one got kind of hit by the freezing temperature a little bit. You can get the best fruit set. It's got a lot of clusters that are not fully set, and I think it's because it needs a pollinator or pollinizer, and its pollinizer over there might not have been flowering at quite the same time. They're supposed to flower at the same time. And these are Frontenac, just the regular Frontenac variety. That's like a purple grape. Gosh, we've gotten some wind, kind of blown these vines around. I need to tie them up. And they're doing okay. They got hit a lot by the cold temperatures. I took a lot of wood off of these, cut them back pretty severely, and now they're just kind of recovering from that. They tend not to have a lot of top growth on them anyways. I don't know if that's standard for these vines, or if it's also possible that the trunks of these were damaged, and so they're just not putting enough nutrients flowing through their tissues. What are you rolling in? Huh, Stinky? Stop. What? Don't roll. Don't roll in stuff, okay? You can get stinky that way. Okay? Dumb dog. This is a young Norton vine. And these ones take a little while to establish, but once they get established, they grow like crazy and do really well in our high, heavy clay soil. I probably should have thinned this vine. This thing is way overloaded with fruit for the amount of foliage it has, which is unfortunate. Sometimes I just don't have enough time to do all the things you need to do to maintain this vineyard. This over here is my black currant patch, which they have been kind of struggling this year from lack of water. I haven't done anything to water them. I've just let them go. They seem to be still alive. They're kind of green. Maybe we've gotten enough rain with the 0.2 of an inch in the last 2 months for them to survive. Who knows? But they still look all right, and they've got some fruit on them. You can see all of the stuff that I've scythed. I've scythed around all these vines, and I still have to rake some of it up. I've raked some of it up into little mulch piles around the vines to conserve water, but only had so much time and desire in that really hot weather we were having. But what I really need in here is just some sheep, some livestock to be doing all this work. That's the ideal, is to not have to scythe at all and just have the livestock be mowing for me and rejuvenating grass, keeping it cut all the time so that it can grow back. And then, if you did sort of a like a mob grazing thing in here, or something along those lines, rotational grazing, where you're just moving the sheep around all the time and keeping that fresh pasture for them. That would be my ideal. So if somebody out there wants to come here and raise sheep and run them in my vineyard. It would make my life a lot easier, and I'd give you a bunch of wine in exchange. These transplants that I did early in the season, this is the yellow horn, and it seems to be taking, and also these Siberian pea shrubs over here are taking fairly well. I had to protect them from rabbits, of course, because rabbits started nibbling on them. But I think they've gotten at least their root systems established now, and they should be well established enough to survive if I keep watering them when we're in the drought here. I'm hoping in future years that these pea shrubs are going to be pretty tall and create a nice windbreak for the hoop house here, so that it doesn't get so much harsh wind when we have storms that come through. This grapevine came back. It died. The whole top of it died. It had been going for many years, and it was doing just fine. I think it's a variety called Chardonnay. I can't remember exactly, or actually I think it's called Traminette. It was one that I knew would not survive outside, so I put it in here. And obviously last winter proved that it can't survive outside or even in the hoop house in a really cold winter. This is the fig, one of the figs coming back here. And hopefully that will also do okay, and in most years it won't die back to the ground in the hoop house. But I think these will probably have a similar hardiness. If you don't already follow it, you might want to check out the Hardcore Sustainable Facebook page. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share and give a thumbs up to the video, and I'll see you next time.